Things were kind of rough all over this morning for our three Norm Stewart Classic participants. Tangling here with a good Max Creek squad. The North Shelby girls scored their first field goal on this Allie Rich midi. Unfortunately, it came 6 minutes into the contest, down 18-1. Hadley Parsons doing her best from distance here to try to de-ice her squad, cans the long three, but for the most part, North Shelby would trail by double digits and in fact by 20 for most of this contest. Allie Rich did have a few classic moments, heating up for maybe battles down the road. Cans the three right here. She had 11 points on the day. Max Creek, it's not just a speed trap anymore. Those girls at all five positions, incredibly athletic, could jump and bounce, and certainly really good scorers. They end up beating North Shelby by the final count in this contest of 54-30. Now, the North Shelby boys could cite the excuse of having the shortest preseason of any team in tri-state basketball, thanks to engineering the longest football campaign of anyone involved. They also had a lot of guys out injured today. St. Elizabeth's goes immediately to work in this contest. First possession of the game results for the Raiders in a dunk at the other end, and that would unfortunately be a harbinger of things to come. Not that North Shelby didn't play hard, and it is the now first-team All-State football star, Gannon Bowen, as crowned today, lighting up for three for his team's first field goal of the day. A little bit later in this contest, in the second quarter, down by 11, it was the Drake Prang show. The big fella doing his work on the interior. He had a run of about 8 points in this frame, playing incredibly well on the inside. Drake Prang doing it yet again, cleaning up on the offensive glass, spinning away from contact. St. Elizabeth really couldn't stop him on this pretty reverse pivot jumper for him at that point. More to come from Drake Prang as well. Again, the ball ends up in his hands, kisses the left hand off the glass in this one. Later, it's Gannon Bowen firing up yet again from outside for three, but his team was down incredibly big at that point and would end up losing on the day in this one. 71-43 would be your contest final for the Raiders as well. Later in the afternoon, the Hannibal Lady Pirates drew a really tough draw on one of the best teams in the state in Columbia Rockbridge, and they wasted no time improving it in this one. Starts with the jumpers, and they were falling big time in this game for the Lady Bruins. Tyler McAllister out there with a three right there, but the big story was the big girl inside. You know the surname, Porter. This is Jada Porter, all 6'4" of her, and unfortunately for Hannibal, they had no one who could combat her. As Miss Jada Porter comes up with a steal right here, she's going to start the break, and she's going to finish it at the other end as they feed her inside. Just two total field goals in the first half for the Lady Pirates. The first from distance right here, a three-pointer from Jayliana LaJoy, who had a pretty nice half, doing all kinds of nice things offensively, though in small doses, and defensively as well. And a little bit later, it's the hustling, scrambling play against that great defense from Zaria Reese, who gets the put in at that point. But unfortunately for Hannibal, they trailed by a 55-10 margin at the half and ended up losing this contest by the final count of 79-25. As Rockbridge looks very much indeed for real. But hopefully better things to come for the Raiders, Lady Raiders, and Lady Pirates down the stretch.